Thank you. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. And I want to share a little bit of my experience with Renee Fajardo over the years, as well as what it's meant to us here at the Seminario. Can you hear me now? Is that good? Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you again for everyone being here tonight. This is a very important project that we've experienced here at the weekly issue of Seminario. I want to first say how I came in touch with the Journey Through Our Heritage. And it was through Renee's hard work and vision and consistent outreach that really impressed me the most. As you can imagine, in my position, I receive a lot of press releases, information all day long that I have to direct it within our organization. And over time, it became clear to me that it was more than a program. It was a reminder of what we may have forgotten and a call to reconnect who we are. Through our heritage, we come to know our culture. We honor our ancestors, those who paved the way for us. I'm going to grab this mic, it'll be easier for me. As I mentioned, through our heritage, we come to know our culture. We honor our ancestors, those who paved the way for us. And we must accept the responsibility we carry for the future. And that is what I see here tonight. So thank you. Journey Through Our Heritage began in 1999 through the vision of Dr. Luis Flores at MSU Denver. Inspired by the Odyssey of the Mind program, it brought high school students in an academic experience centered on Native American, Chicano, and Latino studies, with college students serving as mentors. And through the experience, as I visited the campus here and seeing so many of the young students as I walked through the campus myself. So from the beginning, it was about connecting history, culture, and community. But like many important efforts, the journey was not without challenge. From 1999 to 2004, the program operated with limited funding until it was forced to close. And yet, the vision did not disappear. In 2009, that vision was revived. That I saw, as I see tonight, with Renee's hard work in bringing all this together. And as I stayed in touch with her for the last few days, I know her and I would communicated very early in the morning, but we did connect with each other. So thank you, Renee. A new proposal aligned with MSU's Denver commitment to becoming a Hispanic serving institution, focused on deeper community engagement. Around that same time, Dr. Renee Fajardo joined MSU Denver. With her leadership, alongside Dr. Ramon del Castillo and a dedicated group of students, Journey Through Our Heritage was rebuilt. And what I saw, it came out as being stronger, broader, and more connected than ever before. Since then, the program has reached hundreds of students across Colorado and Nebraska through annual learning experiences, mentorship, and community-based work. Now this I have seen myself as we have reported on this program over the years. And as you've seen our screen here tonight, we've been in the community since 1989, and we remain focused on what's in front of us, and that is, again, who we are as a community. This program, it has grown through partnerships supporting initiatives like Dia de los Muertos on the Aurora campus and the Return of the Corn Mothers exhibit at History Colorado. Students have gained opportunities through organizations across our community, from the Denver Public Library to Su Teatro, to Conservation Colorado, and so many more. Journey Through Our Heritage, participants have also contributed to major campus and national conversations. And I see many of those people here tonight that I have personally had conversations with, or even just now. Presenting at conferences, supporting academic initiatives, and earning recognition, including the 2020 COSEAL Award for Community Engagement. This work helped MSU Denver achieve HSI status in 2017. It earned the Seal of Excellencia in 2023, and it continues leadership in community engagement. And just as important, this program honors legacy in memory of Eric Bettis and Cameron Jesse. We've created lasting opportunities, including internships and scholarships that carry their names forward. So again, this is more than an impact. This is legacy. Because of this work, we are not only remembering where we come from, we are defining where we are going. Now, it is my honor to introduce a very special guest, Virginia M. Castro. Alongside her late husband, Richard T. Castro, she helped shape Denver's Chicano movement, organizing, advocating, and creating pathways where none existed. Richard served in the Colorado House of Representatives on the Denver Public School Board and as a leader in human rights. And Virginia, through 28 years with Denver Public Schools, created programs that allowed young mothers to continue their education and led efforts that supported students and families across the city. Together, their legacy continues to shape lives. So please join me in recognizing Virginia Castro and all of our distinguished VIP guests. To someone whose leadership has guided this program for the past 16 years, and that is Dr. Renee Fajardo. Her dedication to our heritage has not only continued, it has thrived, impacting countless students and community members along the way. So once again, please give her a warm and well-deserved round of applause.
But this is the thing. The small Hispanic newspapers, independent newspapers, they are the voice of our people. And I want to tell you that's where I started when I was in my young in my 30s. And so truly, this is one of our heroic efforts, movements of our people. So please support independent Hispanic newspapers. Chris Fresquez and El Seminario, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to give you some warning here before we start. You have agendas on your table. Every single thing here has been done by the students here. This team has been together only 2 years, but because we're a community engaged program, that means that it's sort of like a Lego set. We just keep building, so all the alumni here, we rest on the shoulders. This program was envisioned by Dr. Torres and Dr. Ramon and Jay Jaramillo, Jessica Madrid. I'm going to have you guys, I want you, if you're alumni, I want you to stand up and I'll come up here because we're going to go through the years. We could not.
Guadalupe, one please.
What? That's you?
we start, guys. So our singers from Sheridan High. Daniel Garcia, Julian Garcia Rocha, Cat Gomez, Iris Lernaise Lamont.
Our seniors from Thorne High School include Catherine Valderrama Escobedo, Gabrielle Escobedo, Kate Flores Rodriguez, Joyce Leclerc Reyes, and Fabian Simon Camacho.
He's talking pizza.
I'd like to invite
So he's going to do the blessing. So during this time, if I could just have everyone be really respectful, because this is our team's way of sending you all off with our blessings for a beautiful and successful life ahead. The journey that we are woven people, beautiful, and Cal is so honored to do this for you. So Cal.
Hello everybody, can everybody hear me? Good. Welcome, my name is Cal Duran. I'm from Colorado. I actually went to Thornton High School. So it's a blessing to be here. I call myself a woven human. I have many different cultures and lineages down my line, and Renee has been a really good teacher of mine and friend. And she tells us that we're a woven tapestry, that everybody matters, everybody's cultures, traditions, stories play a role in this cosmic woven tapestry of time. So it's important to step into these spaces, especially when such a legacy has happened here for 16 years. And to honor the ones before us, but honor the land and our Mother Earth. So if you feel called to, take a sacred pause during this blessing and give gratitude. Gratitude to your body, gratitude for waking up another day, gratitude for your heartbeat, for just another day to experience this human experience. And thank you to all the graduates for all of your time, your patience, your listening to stories, being with community. So thank you for having me, and we'll start this blessing. Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Moon, to the all-rising central sun. Thank you for this moment, this time, this space, this dimension. The sun, the ancient fire in the sky, the same sun our ancestors spoke to, guided to. We give thank you to this great mystery, the one with so many unknown names. Thank you for another day to live in the moment. And I give thank you to our great-grandmother White Spider, mother of the ancient, mother that wove this time and space together in one thread, one prayer. And I ask you, Grandmother Spider, to weave an all-seeing eye of protection of every soul in this room. If there's any hoochas, any watchers, any spells, any entities, any baggage that is not our own to carry, I I ask you, Grandmother Spider, to weave those energies with love, grace, compassion, faith, and forgiveness, and to transmute those energies back into another form of light. We give thank you to the spirit guides and guardians, seen and unseen, of this building, of this space. We give thank you to the great ancestors, well ancestors, that built this building brick by brick, mortar by mortar. We give thank you to all of the community that has been held in this space, all the ceremonies, the danzas, all of the words spoken here in this space. Thank you to all the trees around this building, all of the plants, the flowers blooming. Spring is here, and change of new beginnings. Thank you to all the animals in our lives, the animals showing us unconditional love, the tail waggers, the meowers, the animals, the First Nations. May all animals in this world be happy and free. And we give thank you. We give thank you every day and all day. We give thank you to all of the indigenous ones on these lands and across the globe, giving their offerings, their love, their sweat, their tears, their hands that cradle the soils into the land. We recognize any nations facing genocide due to war, greed, ego, and murder. That when one thread of humanity is hurting, we all feel it. And may we hold compassion in our hearts. And we recognize the ones on these lands, to the Utes, the Arapaho, the Cheyenne, the Shoshone, the Cree, the Pickery, the Pawnee, the Pueblo, the Zuni, the Hopi, the Apache, the Comanche. To any natives I forgot to mention that lives on these lands, may you hear this bell, hear my voice, and that we recognize you here today. And we can thank you to all of our well ancestors, great ancestors, that their legacy and memories live on through us. So gracias, gracias. To all that there is and all that there isn't. So Omateo, may we remember that we are one with everything. So gracias, gracias. All right. So thank you.
Thanks to our wonderful host here at Los Molinos. Let's give a huge thank you for 15 years of service, including tonight's delicious meal. Before our team releases you for dinner, we would like to introduce you to our speaker from Los Molinos.
I have some notes, but don't worry, I'm going to make this brief, which is difficult for a professor. I would urge you to just look around and see what is happening here tonight, and a wonderful, remarkable turnout. First of all, can you hear me now? So I was saying, look around and see how wonderful the turnout is and how great the energy is. And I was remembering back to when we had first started this program. We actually started in 1997, so that's almost 30 years, right? That's 29 years. And the first event, which I think maybe took a year or two, which is why you've heard the date 1999, which is when I think we had the first event. Altogether, there were about 25 people here. If that, 25 people, which is these first 4 tables now, so it has certainly grown. I was also thinking, look at the complexity of what is happening tonight with, for example, the awards, right? All of the different presentations that the students have given already, 4 different presentations throughout the year, if I remember correctly. I was here in December, so I remember that one very well. And the complexity of what the students are doing now compared with how we started at the very beginning. Those were mostly what we call objective tests, so to speak. For example, the students did the Tlaxli games, Tlaxli, T-L-A-X-C-H-L-I. We would ask them, for example, what language is that word from? And of course, it's from the Nahuatl. Correct me if I'm not, somebody, but it's from the Nahuatl. And you can tell because of the TL and so on. So, which indigenous group in Mexico was that culture from, and so on. And now, thank goodness, and this is largely the result of what Renee Fajardo here has done for the students. Because of her, we have again this complexity that I was mentioning earlier. I'm going to be a judge tonight, and I've been reading the rubrics, for example. We certainly didn't have that back then for the objective test part of the competitions. And what has this done for the students? We saw all of the alumni, right? That was quite a group, and there are many more than that who I'm sure couldn't come here. All of the students who have gone through the program in high school, and they went through the program in high school, and then when they came here, several of them were mentors. I said I was going to be quick, and I am going to, but I want to make sure I mention this first. All of the different groups here. And I would like them to stand, please, or at least indicate where they are. Horace Centennial High School.
Yay! Woo-hoo!
Horace Centennial. But by the way, Horace Centennial. Somebody, Horace Centennial High School. No, I'm sorry, I mean, geographically, where is it?
San Luis. Oh.
San Luis. They came from the San Luis Valley. This was a little person. They came from the San Luis Valley to the West Coast.
He only talked for 10 minutes instead of an hour. Gracias, Luis. That man has a lot to say, and it's always very important. I am quite honored that I have been invited to this illustrious occasion to pay tribute to the Journey Through Our Heritage program under the leadership of Dr. Renee Fajardo. My professional career includes 38 years of service at Metropolitan State University of Denver, appointed to various positions within this institution, including chair of the Chicana and Chicano Studies Department from 2007 to 2019. And let me put a plug in for that. If we are not careful, under the Trump administration, with all of this DEI stuff, we're going to become a lost tribe. They're going to get rid of Chicano Studies if we don't get the community together and support not just JTOH, but the department that under which it was covered. So think about that and be ready to battle on that one. It was during this tenure that I supervised Renee Fajardo, me, because she was the director of the Journey Through Our Heritage program. And what began as a small program morphed into one of the most successful student-centered programs in the history of this institution. There were many serendipitous outcomes. For example, the development of relationships in high schools that became feeder systems to the concurrent enrollment program that was created and is now doing quite well. And the reason we created concurrent enrollment is because we are still battling in public high schools through the country and in the state of Colorado and in Denver about teaching Chicana and Chicano studies from K through 12. That's got to stop as well. We got to start teaching at that level. Another program that was created and that is now doing quite well were all of the relationships that were mentioned by Chris Bresquez of the public sector organizations and the nonprofits that now know about Metro because of this. Because the philosophy of Chicano studies is that we are supposed to be in the community. And if we're not in the community, then something is missing wherever that program and whatever institution where that program is located. But let me point something out through a more introspective lens. It's important to remember that the student mentors that guided our middle and high school students left the program with a deeper understanding of themselves, their cultures, and the many challenges in life. Because education is supposed to teach you about life, and it doesn't just come in the classroom, it comes out in the society and the community that you live in. So when students came here, they were equipped with the knowledge to enter professional jobs requiring immense responsibilities. They learned a lot of that through the Journey Through Our Heritage because of all the connections that Renee had. So let's put our hands together for Renee from that point. A lot of the students that just stood up that are here, that participated as student mentors in the program, many of them are now professional and in professional roles as educators, community organizers, nonprofit leaders, and graduate students. For example, Jay Jaramillo finished his master's degree in public administration. He's a well-known artist and muralist, and he was also on city council at North Bend, Colorado. Can you dig that? Students who participated that were up here in the Journey Through Our Heritage program for middle and high schools have been exposed to university life. And incidentally, at the time I ran the programs, many of those students that came here, they never thought that they would set foot in a college or a university. I went through that long time ago, but we still go through that. So they were exposed to something that offered them multicultural experiences that left positive imprints in their minds. They traveled throughout the state of Colorado and parts of New Mexico, visiting cultural sites where experts imparted knowledge to them. In other words, their knowledge just didn't come from being in here, We have educated people that teach all over. Angel Rahidi, the book writer, sitting right here. He just finished a book. He's been writing books forever. He is a teacher, but he's in the community. So we're all over the place. Let me say one more thing. That the concept of building bridges this year is a unique concept with strong metaphorical meaning. What the students this year have done is construct educational bridges that are the educational pathways to their futures. Those bridges contain the knowledge and the pathways to their futures. Those bridges are not bien mezclada with the knowledge that they bring. I want people to know that we all have knowledge, and don't ever let anybody tell you that you don't have knowledge, because you have lived life and you've solved problems and you've interacted. You carry knowledge that you also bring to this university, and you also share with the professors. Do not forget that you are also teachers. So now, what they've done is they have co-created other branches of knowledge that will be shared. And let me tell you about building bridges. They're a hell of a lot better than building walls. Am I right on that? They're a hell of a lot better than putting our kids in cages and putting them behind bars that we as a community got to come to. And we're going to find a way to do that. And these young kids that are up here are going to be part of that, right? And then, with respect to Renee, she was hired because she had respect in the community and that she had earned by the work that she had done. And she was often referred to as La Leyenda. She's already a legend as young as she is, and she's going to be written about in history books as being La Leyenda. I can guarantee you that, because some of these kids that are here are going to write about her. Why? Because the community was her classroom. She modeled teaching both as a facilitator of knowledge and as a student learner. The good professor doesn't just teach, they also learn. And that's what Renee did. As famed educator Paulo Freire states, those who teach reflect critically on the meaning of the act of teaching as well as the meaning of learning. Renee effectively modeled that educational philosophy. Renee, where you at? Your role as a director of the Journey Through Our Heritage is ending. But sister, your journey has just begun.
The Weeksley Culturally Youth Group, who has been part of this since the beginning. Some of them were actually babies when it began.
this important deity. According to Mexica mythology, Huitzilopochtli was born fully armed and immediately defended his mother, Cuauhtémoc, against his sister, Coyolxauhqui, and the 400 stars. This story symbolizes the daily struggle between the sun and the moon and represents the power of light overcoming darkness in traditional Mexica culture. Its strong stopping steps and circular formation symbolize the movement of the sun and unity of warriors protecting their people. Our group performs this dance not only to represent an ancient story, but also to honor our cultural roots. Many of us are students born in Colorado, but our families and ancestors come from generations of indigenous and Mexican heritage. Our grandparents and parents have passed down traditions, stories, and cultural pride, and continue to influence who we are today. In dance, we connect our present lives with traditions of our ancestors, help preserve indigenous identity, and remind younger generations of their history and culture. Performing this dance allows us to honor the sacrifices and traditions of those who come before us. We do this as a tradition and for the freedom of it. Colorado has a large Latino and Mexican American community, which means many young people like us grow up with connections to these traditions. By performing this dance, we celebrate our identity as students from Colorado, while also honoring the cultural heritage carried by our families for generations. The performance shows that although we live in a modern society, the spirit and traditions of our ancestors continue to live through music, dance, and community. The colonizers took away from us, we're still here. We still practice our practices, and we carried it with our generations from our grandparents. So, a lot of pride.
Thanks so much. I've seen your group perform a number of times. The dance performed represents an ancient story and honors their cultural roots, and also reminds younger generations of their history and cultural strength. I guess just as a question, I was wondering, like, how did you all get into dance? Like, do you have family members do it for you, or?
I mean, all of us have different stories. You guys get that too. Their grandpa, so yeah.
Thank you.
Any questions or?
Just a applaud you guys. You guys are doing an amazing job. I know that the Capitan is no longer here, but his legacy and keeping him alive through all this memory. So keep the amazing work that you guys are doing. Do not let it die. Keep doing what you guys are doing.
From Centennial High School, and we are talking about the art of Adobe architecture building connections to our community's history.
Collaborate, mixing, involving, applying research and teamwork. I think it's good.
Hands-on learning in action, students experiment with Adobe mixtures to understand the balance needed for strong and durable bricks.
Connecting to place, students engage with their environment while crafting Adobe bricks inspired by local San Luis architecture. The art of Adobe architecture in this hands-on project, students explore how architecture reflects the history and environment of the San Luis community. By working with Adobe, a traditional building material, students connected classroom learning to real-world practices. The art of Adobe architecture connected to our community's history. This multi-week project-based learning experience was designed to connect students to the unique architectural heritage of the San Luis community. Through hands-on exploration, students examined the cultural and historical significance of Adobe construction while applying real-world designs and engineering skills.
We are doing a spoken word entitled Together in Community. Alright. This is written by one of the students, by the way, in this class. So, throughout the times, it was real fine. Engagement was fun, strong like the sun. And how it applied to the real life. Not everyone was like number one.
And to bridge that gap, feeling just like that for the community, make them all feel free, and now we can grasp none of this is trash, and that is how D can help the communities.
Hello, my name is Roy Petrick. Me and a teammate, classmate, will be speaking the second spoken word titled Together. We should know whether we should get together. It could be real great if you don't retaliate.
When they're in them, you have to make this video. And at the end of the day, DJ will say.
And when there is teamwork, it helps make our dreams work. And now we've defined to work out from inside.
Was that a group writing? I know, I see the hand, but what kind of influence did the others have on your poem?
This way.
These poems help define that when communities work together in teams, that they can close gaps or succeed in goals that they wanted to achieve.
And Ron from the Colorado Folk Arts Council, who's right over here, they write a lot of the supplemental grants. So that is awesome, and Mark's pictures all the way up.
Like Renee was saying, years and years and years. But what we did get to do, which I really, really appreciated, was do kind of a reunion of, I keep wanting to call them kids, none of them are actually kids anymore, which is wild. But do a reunion and get together people who have been in, like Chuck was in our very first journey group back however many years ago. And so that was really, really cool. We were able to reconnect and reunite across a couple schools, across basically an entire generation. And so then we had Orlando, who helped us out a ton with editing and everything. So we have a little video that we want to present to y'all. And yeah, thank you.
The part of the interview is.
So, although it wasn't in the video, I apologize. So Mark, lovely person who introduced us all to the program, he sent us all actually individual text messages and letting us know that the program is closing and that if there's one last project, this would be the project he would want us to do. So he just compiled a list of questions, sent them over. A couple of the questions, we had one last kind of hoorah before this, so it was an opportunity for a lot of people to also come together, share the answers to those questions. And as you guys know, a lot of our members are, in college or have, gone through this program. So them also being able to send over a video and express their thoughts is really meaningful.
Thank you.
Because it makes me really happy to see where the students that I had back then, where they're at, how they're doing, and that it makes me incredibly happy to see that it mattered. It mattered to you guys, that all the work, all the investment that we did, the time, not only at events, but going to you guys, it mattered. So it makes me feel very, very proud of all the time that I've been with Journey, and that we're ending it with a big bang. So.
Daughter wants to go out with her friends, but her mother disapproves due to news she saw on social media. 2 days before Friday.
Ama, can I go out on Friday? A ver, ¿con quién iba? Con mis amigas al cine. Si está bien, nomás con cuidado. Okay, thank you, Mama.
1 day before Friday.
Ama, is it still okay if I can go out on Friday? Si está bien, nomás con cuidado. Okay, thank you.
Friday.
Ama, just to let you know, my friends are on their way to come pick me up.
No, ya no tienes permiso porque vi en el Face que se robaron a un niño cuando salió con sus amigos. Es mejor que te quedes en casa más segura.
Pero that doesn't have anything to do with me.
No, solo eres una niña sola en la calle y de noche.
But you have my location.
No, dije que no.
I'll be with my friends out in like broad daylight.
No.
Please.
Dije que no y es final.
Whatever.
In this situation, we brought in the family community, conversation between mother and daughter. The daughter gained confidence to stand up against her mom's unsustained beliefs. She built a bridge between social media ploys that take advantage of older generations that then spoil experiences for younger generations who are more in the social media space. This happened by showing how using other social media apps can ensure safety. Experience.
Good morning.
Let's get started. So tell me about yourself. What do you say are your best skills?
My name is Chrissy. I would say my best skills are organization.
What do you know about my wonderful company and me?
Well, from your website, I learned from your mission statement that your company holds many values.
How old are you anyways?
I'm 16, but despite my age, I have a lot of passion for all I do, and I have a really strong work.
Why do you even want to work here?
I think this would be a great opportunity to sharpen my skills, especially with this being my first job.
volunteer many times a week to help with my school's concessions. My other management skills and practices.
This is your first job? What do you mean? All you do is sell hot dogs. That's not experience. Have you never worked a day in your life? Lazy, unprepared, clueless, entitled, inexperienced, unreliable, soft, distracted, unmotivated, careless, naive, unfocused, irresponsible, passive, complacent, worthless, unseasoned, uncommitted. Did I say lazy? You're just like every other Gen Z kid I've seen. You're the 201 sitting in that chair with zero experience, expecting a job here.
Actually, I don't think I'd like to move forward with this opportunity. It's clear to me that your company doesn't hold their employees to certain standards, and this is clear towards your behavior towards me. Thank you for your time.
In this situation, we're bringing communities of two different ages with different beliefs, values, and attitudes. Despite her age and constant degrading of her image, she stays professional and denies an opportunity given to her as she realizes that the values and beliefs do not align with who she is. She builds a bridge between clothing opportunities that don't seem best for her and keeping up her professional image despite the other party's denial of who she is. Situation. A young student has a meeting with the principal, and the student is advocating for their fellow classmates. Sheridan District Teacher.
We ready? Yay! Jordan, big round of applause.
Our group actually showcased it many years ago. So let's go back in time and see how this group all started. My name is Gabriella, and I am the president of this year's Thornton High School Hispanic Latino Student Union Club. For years, we've updated the site 2017 school year to today. It's more than just a presentation. It represents a living connection of our club's culture at Thornton High School to the traditions, achievements, and memories passed down from one generation of members to the next. It's something we take pride in sharing and celebrating. Each student has played a meaningful role in shaping the club, contributing to its growth and leaving a lasting impact on those who follow. In many ways, with this slideshow, we present one video that serves as a museum, preserving the legacy of individuals who helped define our community. For nearly a decade, Thornton High School has been part of this remarkable organization. The moments captured here today reflect not only where we have been, but also each generation continues to transform and straighten our club's future. We will now take a trip down memory lane, looking back on how we started and how we are now. This is how we honor those who helped shape our group into what it is today.
I'm Joyce, and I am the secretary of this year's Hispanic Latino Student Union. In 2016 to 2018, it was officially when we at Thornton High School and Journey Through Our Heritage started a partnership, or at least the earliest point. We combined seasons 2016 to 2017 and the seasons 2017 to 2018 because these 2 years held the beginning of the club, as well as doing a spoken word from the scene from the Apprentice play and painting quote, we are the shapers of culture, we are the workers for change, we are the dreamers of dreams, and which becomes a key part of Thornton High School.
Member at the club, and during 2019 and 2020 showcased a painting saying, we rise by lifting others. From Hushman M, meaning that your personal success and potential come from empowering one's own people and inspiring others, rather than competing with them. During the summer of 2019, a well-known mural featuring different cultures in one, the Dreamers of Dreams, made local news headlines for winning. With approval from the city of Thornton, it was painted on the bridge which connects Thornton High School to Thornton Middle School.
Hi,
Hi, my name is Fabian. I am a member of the Hispanic Latino Student Union at Thornton. In 2020 to 2021, a video was shown based on interviews of our community connected to THS. This video is what we first showed. This was meant to bring to light the people around us, their stories, and build connections with those who we grew up with and those who struggle. With one of the quotes from the video being, "I am proud to say, through amplifying my voice, I have been able to mark across continents." Sorry if I butchered that. As well as documentations of their meetings and different events they contributed to. (2021 to 2022) showcased 2 paintings and the first ever Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, to happen at THS. This was orchestrated by our own predecessors. Also, one student created a moving presentation video interviewing her mother about her experiences of moving to the United States.
The painting created during the 2022 to 2023 school year was inspired by the prompt of corn mothers. The woman's body is made of corn, protecting us through the day and night. That year, our group also created a video where we interviewed corn mothers in our own community, including mothers, mentors, and educators to explore their lasting legacy. That year was also held the 2nd annual Dia de los Muertos celebration. During that celebration, students created beautiful art to share with the community.
Hello, my name is Peyton, and from the 2023 to 2024 was also about the corn mothers, but also about getting our name out there more. As students custom-made posters advertising the 3rd annual Dia de los Muertos, the painting this year showed many women, all of different ages, all living different lives, but sharing the same culture as they protect each generation that comes after them.
To 2025 was about sacred spaces, where you can find our own sacred spaces around school or anywhere in our everyday life. Folklorico dance moves inspire the painting, and each of the students painted their own passions in sacred spaces. On the Folklorico dress, one of music, the next theater, one being about winter guard, and the last being sports.
This year, we went to see Bless Me Ultima, continued Dia de los Muertos, and decided to have a workshop with Damara Santos, and are here today sharing our stories of those in the past who have helped us grow, of us being in the future, and what we can change and inspire.
In the early days of my life, I felt like an outcast among my own. Running from something I felt wasn't me for years and years. I've tried to fit in. Doing things I thought was me. And I kept running. I lost my voice and the sense of who I was. But when I stopped running, I found something amazing. The person I was running away from was myself. That person is a leader, a change maker, a community member, a friend, a lover, a sister, a daughter, a fighter for our rights, part of my people's future. That person was me all along. I got lost looking, but I don't want ever to forget who I am. I won't forget. I am proud, and I will inspire alongside of my community for a better future for those who feel like an outcast like I was.
I will be reading 2 since one of our members is not here today. What does it mean to have a community? For me, it is to have a sense of unity, knowing I will be accepted no matter my impurities. But nowadays we lose our sight, worried about causing a fight and using all our might. Then the smoke clears. We look around, but not in fear. We are accepted with sheer emotions. Our community sees us as our own and claims our raging oceans. You no longer feel judged. You feel a sense of unity within your community. The hallways hum a familiar blank haze. I walk these walls, remembering the days when people laughed and spoke about life, and we We talked together through our folk life, looking at each other smile, seeming inviting for me to stay a while. From helping with schoolwork and class, building a bond I hoped would last. Now as we grow and mature, I hope we forget a task well done. Not just a place, but a hand in mine, a memory woven forever through time. Home is the heart that this community brings.
Hello everyone, my name is Ayana and this is my written piece. I was 4, standing in the toy aisle, the endless array of Barbies occupying my eyes. Veterinarian, paleontologist, pop star. I built my future out of plastic possibilities. Then I saw her, presidential Barbie, poised, powerful, standing behind a podium like she belonged there. So I believed I could too. But the belief was deceiving as I looked closer. She didn't look like me. No brown skin, no brown eyes, no Latina identity. And for a moment, I wondered if some places were never meant to hold me at all. But instead of shrinking, I stepped forward, light ablaze, ready to become a voice for my community. I spoke louder, I took up space in rooms that felt unfamiliar until they learned my name. Ayana Urbina, youth advocate, student leader, Latina changemaker. And now, I don't wait to be represented. I create representation. So the next girl doesn't have to search the toy aisles as hard as I did to believe she belongs.
My name is Peyton Flores Rodriguez, which is often spelled wrong. It almost gives two different perspectives. In my American or Mexicana, I can read and escribo en inglés and Spanish. I can speak most of those lenguas, pero si no hablo con fluidez uno de ellos, entonces soy simplemente de la otra etnia. My last name is Rodriguez, but often spelled with a G. Something that was forced upon many families because it was easier to say. Is that their way of them telling me my place? Pero sí de letrero con quién. Entonces es un punto de vista diferente. If I'm not fluent in Spanish, how long will I be banished from being considered Hispanic? Si hablo inglés con fluencia, pero ¿por qué la gente diminish me because my color no tiene el mismo acabado? I have dos identidades, but I'm also still one, as one whole. Pues encajaré alguna vez a una sola identidad, o siempre dividido entre ambas.
Hi, my name is Fabian, and this is my phone. My grandma was a very strong woman. She was the glue to my family. She was my inspiration. She was a leader. However, she had something even the strongest of leaders can't overcome. She had cancer. One of the things that it showed me was how strong she was. She never let anyone see how hard it was for her. She loved us too much to admit it. She always put my family first. She was a leader who would sacrifice anything for me. When she passed, it felt like I lost a piece of myself. Who am I? Who do I want to be? Those were the questions waiting to be answered. Never give up, no matter how hard life seems to be right now. One day I realized something. She never showed how hard it was because she never wanted us to lose hope, to lose pieces of ourselves. Who am I to give up when she never did? I lived through her memory.
I want to own my nonprofit for at-risk youth, and I just always appreciate you for opening my mind and my ability to be able to grow and learn more about just working with youth in the community and realizing how important it is. So, I love you, I appreciate you, you're going to continue doing wonderful things in the community, and anybody that is able to meet you, was lucky enough to meet you, should be forever blessed and grateful to do so. And we miss you so much here in Metro, but we love you, and we wish the best things for you. I know we'll be still having great lunches and stuff like that, but definitely just wish you the best for you, and know that you're always loved and you're so important.
Hello, here. This speech will be about Dr. Moreno. I'm grateful for that community for always been for us. Ever since the first year, I've been with her 2 years. Been pretty.
Change the damn song! There we go! It's the work syndrome.
I was wondering if Renee was going to ask me to say something up here, but here I am, and most of you are saying, now, what's this white cracker doing up here? He's not anywhere close to Hispanic. And that's true. But I dare you to accept the challenge that we have heritage in common. Believe it or not, most of you have a mixed heritage, a mixed ancestry.